Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Senna the Redeemer. If this is your first time checking out the channel, we're going to take a look at Senna's biography and story first, move on to any cinematics and things that she might have, take a look at the skins, the Fandom Wiki, and the voice lines at the very end of the video, and I'll have everything chaptered out at the very bottom, so if you want to skip ahead, you can do so. And while you're here, you might as well leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because we have a bunch of other League of Legends reactions you can check out while you're here. All right, so Senna, obviously we've had a lot of reactions with people in terms of being with the Sentinels of Light, in terms of the Ruination event, but we haven't actually reacted to Senna herself. Obviously, we do know the relationship a little bit of obviously Lucian and Senna are very, very close. But besides that, I don't know her full story. I don't actually know the origin of Senna. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in, and of course, we'll find out more. All right, our quote says, "As shadows embrace the light, I will embrace them." All right, that's a pretty cool quote. We have role as support. That's actually surprising. I mean, she has this massive gun, so I would think she would actually be something else, but I guess you can have a massive gun and still be support. Related champions is Lucian, Thresh, and Hecarim, which these all make sense to me. Maybe the one with Hecarim, I don't know, because I don't really know. I mean, I know Hecarim because of Callista's reaction, but I don't know how he's really related to Senna. Region, interestingly enough, just says Runeterra. It doesn't give us a specific region. Cursed from childhood to be haunted by the supernatural black mist, Senna joined a sacred order known as the Sentinels of Light and fiercely fought back, only to be killed. Her soul imprisoned in a lantern by the cruel wraith Thresh. But refusing to lose hope within the lantern, Senna learned to use the mist and re-emerged to new life, forever changed. Now wielding darkness along with light, Senna seeks to end the black mist by turning it against itself, with every blast of her relic weapon redeeming the souls lost within. Oh, okay, so we don't actually know anything about her weapon too. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so she was imprisoned in the lantern by Thresh. She fights her way back out. I know I've seen that cinematic of her finally coming out or whatever, or finally getting reunited with Lucian. But besides that, yeah, let's go ahead and find out more about Senna. Senna's journey to become a Sentinel of Light started with darkness. It started with the Black Mist. Senna first encountered the mist at an early age, when wreckage from a distant harrowing washed onto the shores of her home island. The black mist within the wreckage awakened upon contact with life. The black mist within the wreckage awakened upon contact with life. She and her village survived the ensuing storm of souls thanks to the intervention of a nearby sentinel. But in the wake of the attack, the mist was still mysteriously drawn to Senna. Okay. She was cursed, marked by the mist, so its horrors pursued her endlessly, the darkness drawn to her like dying moth to living flame. She could never know when it would strike next, but worse was when it didn't come, and Senna had to imagine what awaited in every shadow. Okay, so it's just constantly following her. The sentinel who saved Senna, a brusque veteran named Urias, did not understand why the mist was drawn to a solitary girl, but he knew if she was going to survive, she had to learn to fight back. Okay, Urias, we haven't heard of him before. And so Senna joined Urias and the Sentinels of Light, a sacred order that could be traced back to the Blessed Isles, where the Black Mist originated. She proved to be a deadly enemy of darkness, mastering the relic stone pistol Urias gave her, learning to channel her soul into light. Yet even as Senna grew comfortable working with Urias, relying on him for gruff guidance, she learned to keep others at gun's length. If she allowed them to get too close, they would only be hurt when the mist came again. Senna could never stay in one place for long, something she and Urias learned when those who offered them shelter inevitably found themselves under siege. After even Urias was slain, Senna wasn't sure if she could let anyone get close again. Okay, so she has this constant doom over her because the mist is just going to follow her for her whole life, so she really can't get close to anybody. Reluctantly, Senna sought Urias' family in Demacia to tell them of his fate. There she met his son Lucian, who would not relent until Senna allowed him to join Urias' parting vigil. From the very first moment, she found herself flustered, wondering if her walls were enough to keep out someone so stubborn, full of humor and love. It became clear over time that Lucian's place was with the Sentinels as Senna's partner and Senna as his. Okay, so yeah, Senna is taught by Lucian's father. Interesting. The more they served together, the deeper their bond became, and Senna realized that the value of her walls wasn't what she kept out, but who she let in. Yet as Lucian's love for Senna grew, so did his desire to save her from her curse. In time, it became his only focus, the light in his eyes passing into his gun, making Senna wary that Lucian would only see sorrow where there was love. It was while researching a cure that Senna and Lucian came into conflict with the sadistic wraith Thresh. So close to answering mysteries about the Ruination and Senna's curse, Lucian refused to turn back. Thresh's chains whipped towards Senna as she stood between the wraith and her husband. More painful than the scythe was seeing the look of anguish on Lucian's face. With her last breath, Senna screamed for Lucian to run. Wow, that's pretty painful to see. But as Senna felt the death blow and knew she had lost, she realized there was a glimmer of hope. Her whole life, the mist had haunted her. She didn't need to fear it anymore. She could ride it into the darkness of Thrush's lantern and see what was inside. Well, I'm curious what's inside. Her curse had become her only chance for salvation. While Lucian spent years seeking to grant his beloved peace, Senna explored her spectral prison. She learned that life had been the origin of her curse. Its spark shone brighter within her than in anyone else. She'd been infected with it when she first encountered the wreckage that brought the harrowing. There, she'd been touched by a powerful, lingering soul, given its unnatural life. It was life that the black mist could never let go. This is getting interesting. I'm also curious when Lucian was, like, who was released first, Lucian or Senna? I think it was Lucian, right? But how, like, were they released back to back? Like, how did that go? She could use this force to pull the mist into herself, empowering her to sever its hold over others in the lantern. Among the souls she freed were Sentinels who possessed lost knowledge of the Ruination's origins, of her curse, and the love that created it. While Lucian drove his broken pistol into the lantern, intending to end the torture of the souls within, Senna was waiting. She escaped, shrouded in mist she'd drawn from other souls. She was dead, but also alive, thanks to her curse, wielding a relic stone cannon that could channel darkness along with light, forged from the weapons of fallen Sentinels. Oh, that's badass, actually. No longer running from the mist, Senna now understands the suffering of the souls within. Though it is painful, she draws their mist into herself, liberating them and blasting darkness with darkness. Embracing her death every time she transforms into a wraith, she becomes like those she fought, only to be reborn again thanks to the life infecting her. Though Senna and Lucian's love survived even death, now they face the consequences of her rebirth. Senna knows what they have to do next, a secret gleaned within the lantern. Find the Ruined King and stop him at any cost. Which, of course, we know eventually happens. Okay, cool. That was a really cool origin story for her. We learn about Urias. We learn about Lucian. We kind of learn about like why this mist was cursing her. And then we also learn the origin of the weapon, which is literally just like forged from a bunch of different weapons of other Sentinels. That's really, really cool. And I know we've had like, of course, the Sentinels have been around longer than like the most recent Sentinels that we had with the Ruined King and everything. But yeah, this gives us a little bit more insight into like the background of the Sentinels a little bit as well, with Urias being a member and everything like that. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on to her story. All right, her story is called The Voices of the Dead by David Slagle. There's a saying on my island: only through stealing our breath can the wind speak. You want me to describe the black mist that greeted me when I first arrived in the Ionian village, hood raised, relic cannon on my back? The mist steals words too, the screams of those who die within. Once they were my screams, but I'm alive now. I felt the warmth where Lucian's hand touched my shoulder as we stepped off the boat onto Ionian soil, somehow reaching through my walls the way only he can, the way he's the only fool stubborn enough to try. To learn the one thing that gets through my armor and all the rules beneath is love. You go high, I go low, I asked, feeling his warmth go cold as he considered. For a moment, he didn't see me standing before him. He saw the woman he tried to save, who was cursed, always running. He saw the scythe swinging toward her. He looked straight into her eyes, even as he looked into mine. I go low, he said, leaving other things to silence. And now his hands were on his guns. Senna, his voice broke with the weight of the memory. It's okay, I said softly. I could remember that woman too. Wow, we're getting a little bit of Lucian's like insight here too, so this is kind of cool. On the horizon, darkness swirled, casting even darker shadows onto a village carved into stone, deluged by heavy rain and worse. Somewhere in that darkness was light, another sentinel who'd called us here. I'd have to fight my way to it. The path up the mountain to the village was nearly worn away by centuries of storms, washing away everything but the toughest crags, if that's the right damn word. I could feel the wind pressing against my hood, the spray of the ocean hard against my skin, as if the world were pushing me back, warning me of the darkness ahead. But none of that compared to what hit me as a howl rose up, roaring through the village. It was my curse. The mist knew I was here. It would come for me before anyone else. Must be time for my daily ambush. Oh my god, a daily ambush. I muttered, unmoved, and from a horizon black with death, souls poured forth, drawn to me as I drew breath, as I drew my weapon. The relic stones of fallen sentinels moved as one, each held by too many hands before mine. Men and women, fathers, sisters, all lost to darkness. But when I held my weapon, I held their light, gleaming in the gun's two barrels. That's so cool. I'm excited to see her weapon in action when we get to the gameplay spotlight as well. A tendril of mist hit me as the wraith within took shape. Staggered by the blow, I stumbled back, catching my footing just before falling toward the rocks below. Thunder pealed as the screams of souls joined the rain and crashing waves that besieged the island. But the flash of light that followed wasn't lightning. It was my relic cannon, the shot boiling the wraith into shadow. It required control. It required focus. I needed to fight the mist with every fiber of my being, and I could not stop, not for a moment of my life. With every shot that burned a wraith away, another was revealed. I was so close to the village now, I could see new wraiths rising, sent spiraling toward me, into blessed light. Annabelle, are you there? I called out. I'd met him only once when Urias brought me to a meeting of Sentinels. It was rare for Sentinels to gather, but something had frightened Urias that made him call them all together. He never told me what it was, but I could tell by the way the others looked at me. It hurt more when they didn't know, when they tried to get past my armor, only to find the reason it was there. Still firing, I'd advanced further into the village. The wraiths moved fast, swooping into buildings nearly as old as the island itself, carved from the same stone. But there was order in the chaos. The wraiths were circling above. They wanted something. Not just life, not just souls, not just me. Annabelle, I called again, barely hearing myself over the storm. Again, I know we have like a few cinematics with Lucian and Senna already. Anytime I read these stories for the champions, I just really want all of these as a cinematic as well. Over here, hurry, a panicked voice responded. It was the voice of a girl, and then her light joined mine in the darkness. Annabelle's apprentice, Deowen. She stood above a crumpled body, two figures in the dark. The light of Annabelle's relic stone glaive glowed dully on her face, concentration clear on how her brow as she defended her fallen mentor. He had managed to pass the torch then. His relic stone was not lost. We have to get out of here, the girl said with a shudder. We have to get the villagers out of here. I can still hear them. It must be them. She paused and looked down at the shape of her feet in confused agony. I can still hear him. But even as her knuckles grew white, clenching the haft of her glaive, I put my relic cannon on my back. I reached out gently and took her shoulder. We're going to get through this, I said. Beyond her, I saw the entrance to the village catacombs swarming with wraiths. All of us, I added softly. Whatever the mist wanted, it was there. The catacombs had been carved out by countless floods. As we left the village behind, heading underground, still the storm made itself known, water rolling down the walls around us. But if we were going to drown in the depths, it wouldn't be from rising sea or falling squall. It would be in the black mist that rolled like a wave to meet us, swallowing our light in a liquid roar. I could hear the screams of the people from my village, torn away when I was just a girl and first saw death. I could hear the echoes of my own and see the look on Lucian's face when death first saw me. I was hit by the rage and fear of the people still dying above. Their cries in a language I couldn't understand, but speaking of pain, I knew all too well. Yeah, this has to be like super traumatic for her, but like she's obviously a different person now and a little bit stronger, but still. Wraiths rose up throughout the catacombs, trapped in a rictus of the agony they meant to inflict. But no matter how loud the screams of the living, the sound could never drown out their own. And no matter how brightly my light burned, it could never hurt them worse than when the darkness returned. And so instead, I embraced them before death could. My call was irresistible. I could draw the mist to myself away from others. I felt death rush in, push the lie of my body away. As the mist clung to me one by one, it let the souls go. All who had been drawn here, all who had died above. For a moment, I thought I saw Annabelle. Ooh. Only one vague shape lingered, a will still slowly awakening. It hovered for a moment before turning to face me, rage burning where there were no eyes. No, I whispered throughout the shroud of death that had transformed me into a wraith. You don't get to speak. You listen. Ooh. Pushing the mist into my gun, I fired all the pain and fear I'd gathered back at its source where it was deserved. As darkness collided with darkness, the light within me glowed. Life wouldn't let me go. I felt my body return as the last of the mist left me. With a gasp, I fell to my knees. What did I miss? A voice asked, emerging from deeper in the tunnels. You know, the usual, I said coolly, though I was still catching my breath. Ruined King raiding catacombs to find who knows what, Lucian asked. Pretty much, I answered. I looked up at Deowen, realization dawning on her face. Her glaive still pointed at me. There's a saying on my island, only through stealing our breath can the wind speak. In the roaring clamor of the black mist, I hear the words of the dead, and I'm here to give their voices back. Wow, yeah, again, I would love this as a cinematic. This was such a fun little like action-packed cinematic with a lot of like background into what Lucian and Senna are kind of doing to fight back the Black Mist and everything like that. So this was fun. I know we have some other cinematics, and I think I'm going to actually rewatch some of the cinematics, even though we've seen them. I think it's just a good refresher anyways for you guys as well as me to just watch some of the Senna cinematics. So we're going to go ahead and move on to that. All right, let's start off with Senna's champion teaser, 40 seconds long. Oh my God, okay. That's a wake up noise. Ooh, that was cool. Oh, a transition. I may or may not have seen this already. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're just seeing Thresh, and then we're seeing Senna as like... Oh.
It ends now.
Okay, so Lucian on his way to free Senna, basically. Which, that cinematic, I believe I for sure have seen. Alright, I'm super curious about her gameplay spotlight, so let's go ahead and get into this. 3.5 minutes.
Senna and Lucian once fought side by side until Thresh imprisoned her soul in his lantern. But holding on to a spark of hope, Senna learned to embrace the darkness she found within. Now she's back and armed with a hefty relic
Sorry, it
cannon
wasn't
to
HD.
redeem the lost souls of the Black Mist.
Okay.
No shadow without light.
Ooh, the Wraith form. Dude, the
Senna's
gun
the first
sounds
marksman
cool.
designed for support, wielding light and shadow, compassion and pain.
Okay.
Are you afraid of the dark? Welcome to the Senna Champion Spotlight.
All right.
Senna's passive, Absolution, allows her to collect Black Mist to increase her attack damage, attack range, and crit chance over time. The more you collect, the further you scale, so gather Mist to unleash the full extent of your arsenal.
Okay.
Hit an opponent twice to grab a stack of Black Mist. Fallen enemies will also drop a soul, which Senna can attack to pick up Mist. She's learned a thing or two from her former Chain Warden.
Interesting.
Senna's Q mirrors Lucian's Piercing Light. With Piercing Darkness, she'll
Piercing
fire a beam that
Darkness.
heals herself and allies, and hurts foes.
Oh,
the more
and
you
allies.
attack, the faster it cools down.
Cool.
Senna can target anything to cast the shot. Drop a
Oh,
ward to hit enemies that
even
are
the tower.
invisible
Oh,
or
wow.
out of range.
Dude, the range on that. They really
Senna's
said on
W
marksman,
is
so.
Last Embrace, a shot that deals damage to the first target, then roots them and surrounding enemies after a brief delay. Getting a kill activates the root effect immediately. Got him!
Oh,
establish some
that's cool.
boundaries.
That's interesting. All right.
Senna's E is Curse of the Black Mist, a team camouflage that disguises her and any allies who touch it. From
Ooh.
the enemy's point of view, she and her allies disappear while inside
Oh,
the
it's just
mist.
a cloud.
When
That's
her teammates
cool.
emerge, they turn into unclickable wraiths. Which champion is which?
Oh.
It's a mystery.
Huh.
Attacking breaks the camouflage. Senna's
Right.
Shroud will return, but her allies lose their ghoulish form once they attack or cast a spell, which might be a missed opportunity.
Wow.
While
Stop.
Senna is in her Shroud, she can still be hit by skill shots, but they
Ooh.
won't reveal her.
Oh, huh.
If someone ganks your lane, you can use the Mist to stage creative getaways. There's also a speed boost, so run like the Mist. Senna's
Interesting.
ultimate, Dawning Shadow,
Whoa.
shields her allies and damages foes. Enemies caught in the middle
That's a
take
massive,
tons
like,
of damage, while the
range.
entire blast gives her teammates tons of shielding. This
Shielding, okay.
lightning-fast missile can span the entire map. With the right
What?
timing, she can end, or extend, a fight from any lane.
Oh,
Goodbye.
wow. Okay. Isn't
In
Jinx is
lane,
like that
Senna
as
should
well,
harass
kind
her
of.
opponents with her long-ranged attacks. Her goal is to gather Mist, which means wearing down enemies and using her abilities whenever she can.
Okay.
But
She
look
seems
out. Her
interesting.
spells work
Not that
best from
easy, but-
behind her teammates. If she starts in front, there's no one to heal, and often nowhere to run.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's too far up. Okay.
Senna's team strategy is to group, hide, and surprise. Play peekaboo with her Shroud and catch your opponents off guard. Maybe some misdirection for good measure.
Okay. The mist.
Senna can take advantage of her long range to deliver utility from a safe distance. Protect
Okay.
your friends or pick off your foes.
Wow,
Or
the
both.
ultimate looks so cool.
If you want to assist your team with the
Like
damage
shooting the
and
black
distance
mist
of the
out, it
marksman,
looks so
Senna's
cool.
your girl. Out of the lantern for good, she brings the dark power of the Shadow Isles into the light.
All right, so as a support, she's definitely a little
Feast
bit
your Isles in the
different.
links below to learn more about League's newest sensation.
Well, she's a little bit more like active or proactive, I would say. Oh, is that? What skin was that?
By the time I'm done here, dying will be the easy part.
Yeah, in terms of like, I know like Leona is like a tank support or versus like Seraphine or like Lux. Those are a little bit like, those are like your mage supports. So like a marksman support definitely seems like it plays a little bit different than I would say either of those. But she seems pretty fun. You guys will have to let me know. I mean, she seems like she was probably really popular when she first came out. I don't know if that's still the case. You guys will have to let me know if like her popularity has maybe slowed down since like Ruination's all over. Yeah, just let me know if Senna's still used as a support pretty often, how you guys feel she is as a support champ right now in this current meta. I'd be very curious to hear you guys' take. All right, guys, I believe this is again a rewatch for me, but we're gonna watch Senna Shadow's Embrace, her animated trailer, 2.5 minutes long. This has a lot of views on YouTube, so I must have watched this a while back, but now I'm a little bit more up to date with lore, understanding these characters a lot more. So this will be, yeah, so we're finally seeing where Lucian frees Senna here. Okay. They put a lot of detail into this cinematic. Wow. We really got to get to Thresh, I feel like. Because as of recording this, I am currently playing the Ruin King game on Twitch. And, you know, it'd be nice to know his lore. I mean, and look at Thresh. He's so cool looking. Nice. Oh, seeing all the souls get freed. Is that Senna turning into her human form? It is, yeah? That's cool. And then all the freaking relic stones that she combined to make this weapon. Yeah. Okay, so she's shooting light into him to shield him. Oh, okay. Cool. At first he was like, what? Why are you shooting me? The music is really cool. Oh, look, you can tell like the pain in their facial expressions. Well, like the happiness too of like being back together. That's a really cool cinematic now that I actually know lore, because I know I watched that cinematic before knowing anything. So this makes it a lot cooler now that I know. Awesome. I definitely want to hear like how hype everybody was when this first launched. So let me know in the comments. All right, and we're continuing along with all of our Senna cinematics. Again, these are rewatches a little bit for me. So yeah, I have definitely seen this Ruination cinematic. 4.5 minutes long. I know we get
loose again.
Viego shows up, right?
Do to this thing?
In this as
You'll
well.
have it fixed by Mudtown. With current and wind conditions, we can be there in 3 days.
This should be cool. It's cool that she's notating about the weapon. Oh, I was gonna say I want some closed captioning here. I'm hearing the whispers.
The mist should be leagues from here.
Well, it saved us a trip.
Senna?
Hey, we don't run from darkness.
We light the way.
There you go. Ooh, the music is cool. Yeah, I also watched this cinematic again when I really didn't know much about the Ruination event yet. Like I was getting into it as I was watching these cinematics.
Here.
I have crossed through death.
What a cool intro to Viego.
Ruination. To get back to her. Return, my queen.
You will destroy this world.
She is my world.
Whoa. Yeah, I was gonna say, and then I know we see a bunch of other champs in this. So there's Samira and Darius. We haven't reacted to Darius yet. Okay, Karma. And Poppy, yeah. Oh, Poppy's fast, huh? Oh, is this where we're seeing Karma get... I know she gets corrupted, right? So, and Darius as well. Okay, so Darius gets corrupted. Okay. That's Vayne. Samira fighting Darius. Samira wins that, yeah? Okay, okay, Karma actually gets rid of it. Oh, that magic was cool. Again, the cinematics are just way better now that I'm like, just more informed, right? Nice shot. Piece of his old soul, though. Oh, the sword spawn. Yeah. Good idea. You lost this battle, but we know who wins eventually. Man's got a flat butt, doesn't he? All right, cool. I enjoyed that. Oh, we have 30 seconds. What else happens in this? Oh, okay.
We have to go back for her.
Senna, we can't defeat him alone.
Interesting. Yeah, so you see this taking place in Noxus. I assume, I guess, Bandle City here, maybe? Or no, I don't know where Poppy was. Demacia, maybe? And then you also see Ionia with Karma. Oh, and then there's the Sentinels of Light symbol. All right, that was great. Yeah, having more knowledge when watching that cinematic, that had to be so hyped for you guys when it first launched. Oh, and this is technically the season 2021 cinematic. I didn't even realize that. So that is also very cool. And I don't know, you guys will have to let me know when this fully released back in 2021, how hype everybody was about the Ruination event. And again, every time I keep saying, like every time I see this Ruination stuff, I really want like another event like this. I feel like they honestly should be like kind of pumping out these events. I don't know if you guys think I'm in the minority here, but I don't know. I feel like these kind of events like the Ruination just hypes up League of Legends, maybe brings people back to the game and things like that. So, you know, how like, you know, if you think of World of Warcraft, there's all these like DLC or expansion packs that can start coming out for World of Warcraft, and it brings a lot of like people back to the game and things like that. Obviously, I know those are years in between usually, but I don't know. I just feel like we're in 2024 now as of recording this. I think we should be having another big event in the world of Runeterra just to bring, you know, hype back to League of Legends. All right, continuing with our full story here, we're going to be doing Before Dawn cinematic.
Descends.
Now, I don't think I'm going to rewatch these when we do the Lucian
Who
reaction,
will join us? Who will
but
be our hope?
I figured Senna would be the one to watch all of these for. So this is Sentinels of Light 2021 cinematic. So this is just the team. I also remember watching this one. Oh, is this Shyvana that's been corrupted? Yeah. We have not gotten any Shyvana, really. Like reaction-wise, cinematic-wise.
Is she dead?
No. Worse.
Worse. Undead. And now she turns into a dragon, right?
You cannot stop the darkness he's unleashed.
I don't know anything about Shyvana, so I'm like very curious where we're at right now.
What is this? What's happening?
Steady.
This man is dead. Yep. Yeah, Shyvana's one of those people that you would definitely want to corrupt. I need to know why she can just turn into a dragon. It's a very unique champion in League, for sure. Is that Senna? Senna Lucian, yep.
Then shoot her twice.
I like the confidence. Was that a swipe from Shyvana? I think it was. Okay, so I'm assuming Vayne hadn't like teamed up with them yet.
How do we stop her?
We
There
pin
we
her
go.
down and hit her with everything we got.
On it.
Wait!
Lucian!
Look at the teamwork happening here. This is badass. Oh. The shield? I mean, that man was in the fire for at least a second. You always gotta shoot the dragons in the mouth, man. Any monster that's got a big mouth, that's just the play, isn't it? Throw a bomb down their mouth or anything.
No.
I'm wondering how long
She's a
Shyvana
monster.
hadn't had any
Diego's
lore
the
until
real
here.
monster.
And there aren't enough.
Because I know she's an older
arrows to stop
champion.
him.
We need to work together, or he will destroy everything.
Okay. Yeah, this literally is just a fight with Shyvana. That's pretty cool, though. There's a little bit more, though. They always like to do these
What
little
is this
after
place?
cinematics.
This is where you make a choice.
Oh, recruiting her.
Stand with us in
Cool.
the light.
She gets a new look, too,
Fall
right?
alone to the darkness.
That's a freaking
She's
cool
reckless, Senna.
And we'll
headquarters.
need more just like her to stop what's coming.
Okay, so this is like kind of the start of recruiting. I see.
Are you two just going to stand there? Or are we going to
Oh,
find
yeah.
something to kill?
Oh, that looks awesome. That's a cool skin for Vayne. Sentinels of Light. Cool. That's pretty hype, actually. I like that trailer quite a bit. It's just a map showing the black mist spreading, I assume. All right, here we go. We are on the Absolution cinematic for Sentinels of Light 2021. I believe this is the last cinematic.
In the name of love.
Again, I've seen all of these,
the
but this is cool to watch for
sacrifices that
Senna
were made.
again. It makes sense.
All the lives forever changed.
Yeah. Okay, I remember this.
You have driven good men mad.
Gwen's in this one. And we see all the rest of the
And
crew.
madmen good. No
Okay, there's
choice
Graves.
is beyond your reach.
She belongs to me.
I know Akshan's in this too, right? Because this is when it happens.
Predictable.
Ah. Okay, so that's Graves first. Lucian. Vayne. There's Akshan, not the haha. And then Gwen. Nice. That's a cool, like, that's like an Avenger shot that they try to do right there.
No!
Oh. Gwen, you gotta move.
Love is not easily dissuaded.
I mean, he's not wrong there. Not dragging Gwen's corpse.
Long last.
What was that little finger tassel on her hair
Show them
that he
no
just did?
pity.
Oh, so who does he have here to fight them? all... Oh. Okay. Pantheon? That's kind of scary. I remember Graves' remark about that. Cool. Pantheon corrupted would be pretty scary. I guess any of them, really. But Pantheon for sure. I know Isolde, like, rejects him here, yeah. And then Akshan saves the day.
Your black and broken heart has destroyed everything. You turned our season of love into an eternity of bitterness and madness.
Ooh, Graves' gun looks cool.
All this death, all this ruination. And for what? This obsession? I loved you until my final breath. Why wasn't that enough? Our tragedy should have died with me. Now, let me rest.
Yeah, she's seeing all the ruination that he's done. She said, Akshan, take the shot. With the absolver. Cool. Now, Viego's story ain't over, because I know there's like a little teaser, or it's not like the final nail in the coffin, really. But I don't really know what they do with him for like a future thing. Cool. I honestly wish there were kind of more cinematics for Ruination. I understand making these cinematics, though, is not cheap. Costs a lot of money. Akshan. So, I get it. There he is. And that's at his, like, throne in Camivore, yeah? Okay. Thought there was maybe like a little tease here. Or basically just like how he's trapped could technically be broken. But he's definitely trapped. He's definitely donezo. Very awesome cinematic. I liked that one. Out of all the cinematics, though, I really do think the one with Thresh, I mean, not with Thresh, but with Lucian. Obviously, that one looked like they put a lot of time and money into, but the one where where Lucian frees Senna, such a cool trailer. Such a cool cinematic. You guys will have to let me know like how hype it was to see all of these cinematics during the time of the Ruination event in 2021. I was not doing reaction content yet to League of Legends in that time, so we were very fresh to the Ruination stuff back then. But now I have like the complete story, and it's really cool to re-see all of these cinematics again and just like understand everything. So this was an awesome trip. All right, we're on the Senna Reveal for Legends of Runeterra. Let's give it a go.
I bring rest. You could say I got a life wish.
Okay, so 5 mana, 4/4 quick attack. When I'm summoned or attack, create a darkness in hand. If you don't have one, your damage and kill spells accelerate to fast, and then level up when I've seen you slay 3+ units with spells or an allied Lucian die. Oh, that's kind of cool. Comboing with another champ.
Feels good to hear that again.
So Lucian dying will level her up. That's actually really cool. I wonder if Lucian does the same thing. Oh, the music.
Demacia sends its regards.
Eyes forward.
Okay, so she uses darkness, or she summons darkness in your hand. That's cool. I want to see the level up animation.
Sentinels.
The music is hype.
Fight for the light.
And that's a hype level up. All right, so 5/5. When I'm summoning an attack, create a darkness in hand. If you don't have one, your damage and kill spells accelerate to fast and cost one less. So you just get that little extra at the very end there. Okay. That's cool. And it's a 5/5.
Come out and play.
Don't have any warning shots.
We're gonna glimpse into her voice lines too. They're pretty cool.
What was it like, Senna, to die?
Tali Sentinel.
Pain, fear, and hope.
Bury fear, bury doubt.
Okay, what's going on here? We're just seeing like Draven's axe as a card.
Darkness and light.
Okay.
Cause I look right fair.
What's she gonna do now? I see a bunch of spiders on the field.
Turn it against them.
Oh, darkness. There can be no shadow without light. True. And then attack for 5.
Battle's done. Back to the
GG.
war.
Cool. So there's piercing darkness, drain 5 from a unit. Some sentinels. Okay. That's cool. We had like a Buru sentinel as well. So you were seeing like smaller individuals that are also in the Sentinels of Light. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that they had cards actually in Legends of Runeterra, but I'm glad that they do. The song is interesting. I'm assuming that's going to be her theme, and that's what we're going to listen to next. All right, so we have Senna the Redeemer champion theme featuring the Crystal Method, which sounds like I've heard of them before, but I'm not quite sure. So let's just give it a listen. I think this might be the same thing in the Legends of Runeterra video we just watched, but we'll see. Okay, we're getting to the point where they were doing concept art in the themes. Awesome. Ghost Hand, Summon Souls. Okay, hold on. What's going on with the music? Ooh, that was a cool noise. Okay, a little bassier and slow. This is unusual compared to like a lot of other league champs. It's like almost dubsteppy, but not. Definitely gives like the melody's kind of dark. It's kind of hype though. I love the concept on all her relic cannon. I think it's a really cool design, personally. I'm excited to see what her skins, if what the gun's gonna look like in some of the different skins too later on. Oh, there was like a little trill noise they added. That was cool. Now it's like drum and bass. Getting all the EDM genres in here. So this, I assume, is just, well, it says featuring the Crystal Method. This must be Crystal Method's like signature style, which is why I've probably heard of them, because I do listen to EDM myself, but okay, now we got the slow down part of the song. I did notice hers is actually longer as well, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But she seems like a very important character. So I'm kind of glad that they did a longer one. Oh. Okay. Now we're getting like some metal vibes. This is interesting. It's got a different sound than any other champion. And then there's this piano. It's like a piano in the background as well. The grunge in that guitar there. Okay, we're building up again to probably some heavy drums, bass. Yeah. Not that it's a bad thing, but this kind of reminds me of like the EDM of like the 2010s, if you guys know what I mean. It was very much so like this bassy, like dubstep-y kind of music, right? Ooh, interesting art. The melody is almost like somber. That's interesting. That was a very cool theme. I really like how different it is than a lot of other champions. And then again, it's also its own style. It's got this dubstep style. There was like a little bit in here for like 30 seconds or so, or 40 seconds. That was like very much so drum and bass. And yeah, I mean, shout out to the Crystal Method. Riot usually doesn't really like reach out to other artists or anything like that in terms of like an actual group specifically and like features them. So it's very cool that they actually did that for this. I wish they would actually do this kind of thing more often in the future with new champions and like champion themes, actually like coordinating with other groups. But yeah, I really like this theme. You guys let me know how hyped this was when it came out for Senna and what you guys think of Senna's theme overall. Let me know. All right, everybody, let's take a look at Senna's skins. It looks like we have a good amount here. I'm going to pick my top 3. You guys let me know in the comments what your favorite Senna skin is. Let's start off with the original. Original design, again, the relic cannon is obviously massive. This, of course, gives me the vibe of Cloud from Final Fantasy VII with his giant sword. That's obviously what I grew up playing, so that's where I get the initial thought here with the relic cannon. Design overall is really, really cool, and I like this little, like, I don't know, I'll call it a tassel hanging around her on her left side. That's really, really cool. So let's go ahead and look at the rest of the skins. All right, we have True Damage. This is the skin earlier that I was trying to call out, but I couldn't think of the music video, and I didn't want to look like an idiot. So this is the True Damage skin. This is really cool. I love Senna in the True Damage music video. The music video is great as well. I want to get another True Damage song. So I'd love to see that in the future, or whatever the group is called. I don't know if the group's called True Damage. I actually forget, but I would love to have like another music video of like some people from that group. That'd be really cool. Let's take a look at some of the chromas. The gun is pretty cool, but I bet we're going to get some cooler designs here from the later skins. We'll have to take a look, but overall, yeah, the True Damage skin, really good. Prestige True Damage. Ooh, the splash art looks really good. Let's see what the Prestige one looks like. Ooh, is this a case where I might kind of like the Prestige one a little bit better? I think I like the relic cannon in this one quite a bit. The shades are really funny as well. And then the gold just looks really, really good. Yeah, hold on this one. I think the Prestige one might be better than the True Damage one, the regular True Damage one, but that one does have different chromas and stuff. So we'll have to see. All right, next up is High Noon. Everybody has a High Noon skin. So let's take a look. The High Noon skin just must be super popular. Why does everybody love the High Noon skins? Why is the relic gun is a massive revolver without the handle, of course. And it truly is massive. So I like that part about it. The High Noon aesthetic, again, just isn't for me specifically. I just don't like it that much. But the revolver is absolutely insane part of the skin. And that would literally make me want this skin alone because it looks really, really cool. Yeah, honestly, the relic cannon is better than the actual skin on Senna, in my opinion. Now we have Project. Ooh, we haven't seen a Project skin in a minute. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, yeah. I think the relic cannon is perfect for that like cyberpunk futuristic vibe. Let's take a look at the chromas. She herself looks cybernetic with like the lines around her face and then the armor she's wearing. I do like this one. It does make Senna's neck look kind of weird because it's like going around the hair. I don't know. There's something weird about her neck in this. Other than that, ooh, I really like this. Is this like all brown or all black, I guess, with the blue shade? I really like this one. All right, yeah, this one's really good. All right, next up is Lunar Eclipse. Let's take a look. Ooh, we're getting like this. Why does this remind me of a freaking Valorant skin? Because it absolutely does. There's like a Vandal skin or something that looks exactly like this gun. I'm not even kidding. All right, let's take a look at this. I like the fact that she has like this thing. It reminds me of Nier Automata. I forget the character, maybe 2B. Who's just like blindfolded. So that's actually pretty cool. I think this is a pretty good skin overall. I don't know if I even have a favorite chroma. Maybe this like white towards the back is actually really cool. Yeah, the white and the blue and purple shade. I like this one quite a bit. Okay, Lunar Eclipse is good. Nothing's like super standing out to me just yet though. Like all of these skins are great, but I just need to see something. All right, Prestige Lunar Eclipse. Let's see if I like the Prestige one a little bit better. It's totally different than the regular Lunar Eclipse. How is this even like related? I really like the relic cannon on this one. I'd like it better. I think I like her outfit a little bit better too. I love her hair. Yeah, honestly, I think the prestige version is a little bit better here for me, guys. We'll have to see if I end up putting one of the prestige skins in my top 3. All right, 3 more skins left. Oh, awesome. She has a Bewitching skin. There are a lot of champions that I think need Bewitching skins, but I'm not going to argue when there's another Bewitching skin. Yes, okay, we got the witch vibe. I love the relic cannon. It looks really, really cool. Let's see some other chromas. The original here with like the purple is obviously perfect, but let's see if we can get some other cool colors. That one's really cool right there with the blue and the gold. Oh, I see this right here on this green one. It has bats in the middle. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that the design of like her outfit also changes quite a bit. And then that last chroma is really good as well. I have an affinity to like the Halloween skins or the Bewitching skins. So I really do like this one. So this one will probably make the top 3, but let's see what else we have. Okay, Star Guardian. Senna's in Star Guardian? I don't know if I've seen any videos with her in Star Guardian. That's really cool. Okay, oh, the relic cannon looks awesome. It's a lot smaller, though, I would say, than what I feel like it's supposed to be. Maybe not. Maybe I just saw the giant revolver from High Noon, and I'm like, wait, why isn't it as big as that one? Okay, so Star Guardian skins. Honestly, the outfits are always amazing. Yeah. Star Guard, dude, I love the little feathers here. And then, like, her outfit is just great. The relic cannon with all the different colors works. Ooh, I like this version. The blue one looks really good. Star Guardian skins, honestly, don't usually miss. So it's hard to say anything bad about this Star Guardian skin. I really like it. Last but not least, we have Winter Blessed. Ooh. Winter Blessed is not something that we get very often. Oh, this is cool. I assume this is going to be kind of like our holiday themed skin. Ooh, I like that this one has a little spinny thing, and I like the snowflakes in the relic cannon. The relic cannon, see, like compare this relic cannon to the Star Guardian one. This one's quite a bit cooler. I like this a lot. Oh, I see that there's an ult form. I didn't even notice that till now. Ooh. Okay, you know what? Everything about this skin is great. I love the design on the relic cannon. It's just like vibrant and cool, and like the colors that they chose to use on it is really, really cool. It's almost like see-through, but it's not. And then I love the snowflake design and everything. Yeah, this one by far, see, like this is a skin to me that I think kind of stands out. Winter Blessed Senna by far is my favorite. I'm going to pick my other 2 though right now. I mean, because I'm just such a Halloween fan, I'm honestly going to have to go with the Bewitching skin as my second. And yeah, I hate to say it, we're going to do Star Guardian. Project Lunar Eclipse, very, very close to the top 3, but they're just not that good to me compared to like these last 3 skins that we took a look at. And honestly, yeah, Prestige True Damage and Prestige Lunar Eclipse, very good skins in my opinion. Well, the regular True Damage and the regular Lunar Eclipse skins are better, or I mean good, but like these Prestige versions are just better in my opinion. And so that kind of like steered me away from picking the Prestige ones just because these have different chromas as well. And yeah, Winter Blessed, in my opinion, is far and above the rest of them. You guys let me know, though, in the comments what your favorite skin is. I feel like nobody ever agrees with me, but that's the whole point of skins, right? Everybody has different taste. So you guys let me know, though, what your favorite skin is. Trivia. Senna is one of 15 champions that has an ability that infinitely stacks an effect. And then they named the other 15. It says in Senna's case, Absolution infinitely stacks her attack damage, range, lifesteal, and the Shield of Dawning Shadow. Senna is an example of a champion that was present in the lore before they were developed into a playable champion, appearing as a recurring character in Lucian's story since his release. Okay, so I had this question earlier in the reaction, like how did this happen? How was like Lucian released and then Senna released? Like how did that work? Another example is Lysandra, who appeared in the Journal of Justice. She is also part of the alternate universes of High Noon and Project, without having any belonging skins before her release. Okay, so she also was like a part of those universes. Senna is the second champion that cannot increase a stat through leveling up after Thresh and his armor. In her case, it is attack damage because of her passive Absolution. If Senna and Thresh are playing on opposing teams, a quest will trigger. This in-game quest consists in one killing the other to earn the opposing champion's stack of souls. Huh. I really do like these little like in-game lore things that they can add. I think it's just fun. Senna has among one of the longest attack frames in game at 0.5 seconds, while most champions are between 0.2 and 0.3 seconds. Oh, wow. I mean, that 0.2 or 0.3 difference can kind of be a big deal, right? Her name comes from Arabic sand, which brightness, sublimity, and then from the root sin, meaning moon or burning bush. Okay, cool. On to the Fandom Wiki. All right, so we're on the Fandom Wiki now for Senna, and I did notice a couple of things here. So scratched out is human for her species, and it now does say Wraith. And then weapons obviously shows Relic Cannon, and then Black Mist, Mist Form, and then also is the Light Slinger or the Light Pistols are crossed out. So I just thought that was pretty interesting that that's all been updated and everything like that, and that's pretty cool. All right, there wasn't anything new in the background section, so we're really just going to start off with appearance. Senna is portrayed as a low-toned and curvaceous black woman. Her hair is long black tied with dreadlocks falling to one side. As a child, her eyes were hazel brown. But when she was exposed to the magical mist, her eyes change color to bright spectral green, which shine an intense green when the black mist is near it. She wears tight-fitting black and grayish light armor that covers her entire body, and always wears a white-caped hood with gold trim on her head, possibly a sentinel garment since it carries a pin with the faction's crest, which obviously would make sense. Personality. Senna is a brave and quite determined girl. Having been constantly running away from the black mist had made her become a quite hardened and distant person, but she started to be more open after she met Lucian. After being freed and resurrected, she acquired an ideology that life needs death as much as death needs life. Since then, she has dedicated herself to helping the Wraith find peace. All right, abilities. These are going to be a little bit interesting, I feel like. Wraith physiology. As a child, Senna was bonded to a fetter of Isolde's soul, blessing her with life, but also cursing her by attracting the black mist of the Shadow Isles. Because of this curse, Senna's soul managed to survive inside Thresh's lantern, having been capable of communicating with the other souls. As a wraith, Senna can manifest her form into one that resembles her human body, but she is capable of transforming into a cloud of black mist at will. Black mist manipulation. Thanks to her curse, Senna is capable of manipulating the black mist to an extent, granting her near perfect control over it and the souls trapped within. This has allowed her to manifest her own form at will, commune with the dead, and cleanse souls influenced by the black mist. In order to cleanse these souls, Senna willingly takes the mist into her own body, protected from its influence thanks to her curse, and firing the mist out as globules and bolts of darkness. Whoa. All right, and then we have Relic Cannon proficiency. Senna wields a massive cannon forged from the relic stones of now deceased Sentinels she encountered within Thresh's lantern, which I think is such a cool origin to a weapon. Senna can wield this massive weapon with ease, capable of firing out bolts of combined darkness and light, damaging her enemies as well as healing and protecting her allies. And just like all Sentinel weapons, the relic stones in Senna's cannon are designed to specifically hurt undead wraiths of the Shadow Isles. Undead hunting mastery. Having trained as a Sentinel since child, Senna is extremely well versed in hunting the undead, particularly the wraiths of the Shadow Isles. Not only is she well versed on their natural weaknesses, but she has a particular talent in being able to free their souls from the black mist. And then leadership. As the current captain of the new generation of Sentinels, Senna is an extremely competent leader, having been able to recruit several new Sentinels during Viego's global ruination. All right, and then we have some relations. Of course, we have Lucian. Senna met Lucian to deliver the news of his father's death and traveled with him to take part in Urias's partying vigil. The two would eventually fall in love, and she would train him to become a Sentinel of Light. Then we have Thresh. Due to her connection to the Black Mist, Senna was aware of Thresh and his torture before eventually meeting him. He claimed her soul when she tried to save Lucian. Lucian traveled to Bilgewater in pursuit of the Harrowing to locate Thresh. It was then he found out Senna's soul is trapped inside the Chain Warden's lantern. Lucian continued to pursue the mist to free her and finally succeeded, though he did not expect her to come back to life. After the events of the Rise of Sentinels, Lucian and Senna continue their quest to stop Thresh, now that he is unbound from the Shadow Isles. After Senna was freed, the couple's main goal was to stop Viego and the Black Mist. Viego fought Lucian and Senna to reclaim the fragment Isolde's soul within her and partially removed. Then we have Gwen. Gwen allied herself with Lucian and Senna to aid the Sentinels of Light and oppose Viego. Both her and Gwen contain fragments of Isolde's soul. And then, of course, we have all the Sentinels of Light, the new generation. So Lucian and Senna recruited multiple Sentinels of Light to aid them against Viego, including Diana, Graves, Aurelia, Olaf, Pike, Rengar, Riven, and Vayne. Oh, I don't think I knew Rengar. Or maybe I did and I had forgotten. But the Rengar one is interesting. Akshan, and then, of course, Senna disapproves of Akshan's multiple Sentinel code violations, but he is also technically a Sentinel of Light. He eventually, joins up. I do know that from that reaction. All right, in terms of everything that we've covered for Senna, let's see what we have here. We read the biography, and then we have all these videos that we checked out. There is a short story called Homebound. That might be Lucian's story whenever we get to do his reaction. We have Hunters of Shadow. Also same thing there. Redeemed. This looks like it's a Senna story that we didn't get to. And then we have the Rise of the Sentinels game. You guys let me know if that is worth playing or not. We have all these other videos. And then there was also a comic called Steadfast Heart that I did not know about until just now, I think. And then this is the short story that we read, The Voices of the Dead. All right, let's look at the trivia. Senna's cannon has two barrels which can fire either darkness or light. The light barrel can heal. The cannon Senna wields was forged inside Thresh's lantern made from the weapons of the fallen. While imprisoned, Senna freed the souls of her fellow Sentinels of Light and collected the relic stones they left behind. Senna was born on an island close to Demacia, but is not Demacian herself. Senna and Lucian aren't affiliated with any region due to the Sentinels of Light being independent and agnostic towards any other region. Senna can manipulate the black mist due to her curse and manifest herself into what she looked like when she was human. Her curse is due to her connection with Isolde, Viego's wife. The black mist is drawn to Senna as Viego seeks to take Isolde back. And then one of Lucian's guns belonged to her before she was imprisoned by Thresh. All right, yeah, Senna's just like honestly just a badass character. Let's finally get into her voice lines. I believe she has quite a bit because she seems like a pretty obviously important character to the Ruination event. And I believe she's also just like, yeah, she just has a lot of voice lines to her. So let's go ahead and finally get into those. All right, everybody, it's been quite a while actually since we've done reactions where we actually had some Legends of Runeterra voice lines to check out. So we're going to be doing that for Senna first, and then we'll do the rest of the regular League of Legends voice lines. I'm sure she's going to have quite a bit. So yeah, I'm just excited to get into these. We're starting off with Senna, and it looks like Lucian here. So here we go.
Purity and peace.
Just doesn't have the same ring now. Made some strange friends in the lantern.
Watcher
I
on
get
the
it.
Isle.
Gotta find some solace where we can.
This place, it can take everything from you.
And just once in a while, it gives back.
Who is that guy? Commander Ledros.
Yeah, I know a guy like that.
Enough souls have suffered.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
Is everyone okay?
Everyone's about to be.
Ooh,
No,
that was a good response.
Not again.
The box.
For the
Whoa.
wicked, for the dead, I bring rest.
There will be no rest till I bring my queen home.
Long road behind, long road ahead.
If only love could ease the way.
I mean, she has love.
Join you soon.
Oh,
You deserved more. Rest
Descendia?
together. Don't rush on my account. Got a couple lifetimes, apparently. Sure must be nice, taking things slow. Come on, we're on the clock. Spirits
I love
ain't
the
gonna
voice
free
actress.
themselves. On to the next one.
I really
Battle's
like her
done.
voice. It's
Back
nice.
to the war. Loss is nothing new. Keep moving. Down,
Ooh.
sure, but never out.
Ooh, I love those. I actually really
Didn't
like
think
those.
I'd see you again so soon.
No offense. This is about the last place I want to be.
Who is the Watcher on the Isles? You guys will have to let me know in the comments on that.
You ever think about a gun, Maeve?
I think, and then I think not.
Okay, so that's the Demacian Sentinel. I really like her. Ooh, I wonder if she's actually related to Fiora, or maybe she was trained by Fiora. Again, it's really cool that they found Sentinels like throughout the rest of Runeterra as well to join them in this fight.
Your darkness burns, Senna.
As a low flame against chill wind.
Mist
Sure
Keepers.
hasn't kept me warm.
Huh.
Purpose blunts the pain of life.
I love her, like, she has a humor to her, but it's not like, she's a little bit like, what is the word I'm thinking of? She's kind of got like this off-putting humor to her. It's interesting. I like the way she thinks. She's very like to the point.
Senna,
Sentinel.
Nagakaboros would have me slay you.
Ooh.
Nagakaboros can get in line.
Oh, that is such a hard line, honestly.
You were
Okay, that's really, really cool. Obviously, the mention of Nagakaboros because they are a Buru Sentinel. Cool. Who's Des and Ada?
Hey, boss.
That's right. No laughs on the clock.
Not the laugh afterward.
You like our gun?
Like it just fine. Let's get started.
Okay.
Maeve, you
I feel like I've heard of her voice actress before in something. You guys will have to let me know if she's like from some other game or something.
What was it like, Senna, to die?
Why
Not
does this
like
Tali Sentinel sound exactly like Sombra in Overwatch? Because it is.
Living. Pain, fear, and hope.
A legend.
And hope. Wow. I mean, hope is a very human thing, is it not? Okay, I thought these were pretty fun voice lines for Senna. I really wish we had like more with Viego and Lucian, but I imagine we'll have some of those in the League of Legends voice reactions. So that's going to be totally fine. But this was really, really fun. Again, I think she has like, it's not like an off-putting humor to her, but she's just very like straight to the point, and it makes it funny, in my opinion. Just the way, maybe it's just like her delivery that to me makes it seem kind of funny. Other than that, I think the only thing I have questions about are Watcher on the Isles and then Des and Ada. The Sentinels, it's really cool that she interacts with them, of course. Then we have the box. Is the box the lantern? That's my guess, right? Because of the way she responded to that. Other than that, I don't know. She just seems like she has a calm demeanor to her. She definitely feels like she's like lived a full life and is like back, and she's like, yeah, you know, I'm still living. I'm still here. She very much gives off like that. I've been living for a very long time. I've been through all there is pain-wise, so I'm not really like going to feel any new pain or new emotion anytime soon, because it's just like she's very much so like, I've already been through hell at this point, so like nothing can get me down worse than what I've already been through. That's just what I got from all of these voice lines. I did really like some of the enemy idol voice lines. She was being a little funny, as well as the defeat lines, like down shore.
Down, sure. But never out.
But never out, like that kind of stuff. That was really, really cool. And I mean, that's what you need to have as like a team leader. She's definitely like giving off a leader as well, based on how she's interacting with the other Sentinels, based on how she was interacting with Des and Ada. So yeah, she's just a natural born leader in my opinion, and she gives off that vibe very, very well. And I think because of what she's been through and like the knowledge she actually has, and then the weapon, of course, that she has, she's very much so fit to be the leader of the Sentinels, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of her Legends of Runeterra voice lines. I bet she's going to have some better ones, though, for the League of Legends. So we have 10 minutes of special interactions for Senna, and then we'll do the regular voice lines afterward. I think there will be a few more minutes of voice lines there. So here we go.
You've been kind of distant since you came out of that lantern.
Well, come on, man.
Something you ain't telling me?
She's been through some trauma.
I met someone in there. He's a ghoul. We fell in love and made ghoul babies.
Oh, haha.
That's actually hilarious. See, that's the kind of humor I'm talking about with Senna. Like, I don't know how to put, like, what kind of humor. I mean, that's sarcasm, I guess, there.
Not if you know what you're doing.
Because I tried to. Oh.
You ready?
I aim to purify.
I love their dynamic.
Try to be less beautiful.
I can turn into a screaming cloud.
Right. I'll keep up.
That's such a cool response.
For a reckoning.
Cool.
Thresh, you're mine.
No, we do this together.
Look at us making new memories.
I love how we're just getting like Lucian in here at the same time.
For the light.
And all lost in darkness.
Look at them finishing each other's sentences.
I see what the darkness is afraid of.
You're sweet. Life from death.
Heal
Getting
Lucian.
used to it. Thanks.
I was aiming at them.
That's funny.
I need you alive to kiss me.
Could see how that would be preferable. So what was
These
it
are so
like?
freaking like cute between these two, honestly.
A nightmare. Lot of darkness. Food was great though.
Really?
No.
No.
I was gonna say no, dude.
What's to say? You're still cursed.
Keep that up and I'll curse you.
Okay,
So
these
how
are
is this
great.
gonna work?
Well, reckon I shoot something twice, and then you shoot it a third time.
Okay.
Worked so far.
Yeah. Because he's got two
When
guns.
the mist came to my island, Demasia's gates were closed. Will they be open when you need help?
Ooh. Ooh, hold on. I love that. Yeah, I mean, Demacia, I know there's like a quick 1.5-minute video of like the mist showing up there. I forget what that cinematic's called, but in terms of like the Ruination event, like Demacia isn't really heard from. So
Eternal beauty, Elise? Now that's a
I could be
curse.
wrong though. Okay, you guys will have to let me know about that Elise line.
Fine. I could use the target practice while I sleep.
Cool.
Horsey! What? I can like horses.
She calls them horsey.
Like things. Running shouldn't be part of your plan, Kaisa. Survive the fight, not the fear.
I mean, listen, Kaisa's got a lot going on
You
too.
saved me, Lucian.
Belveth.
We saved each other.
Cool.
Lucian has a way of breaking down my walls.
Yeah, we can
Only
tell,
a man
honestly, from
stubborn
these
enough to fight me
voice
will be
lines.
stubborn enough to love me. In darkness, we find ourselves.
The Lunari.
When we run to the light, shadows are cast behind us. You need to be ready, Lux.
Saying her
I
name
know
specifically.
where the Ruination began. It flows through us both.
Now I know about that
All this
only
time,
because I'm currently playing the Ruin King over on Twitch. But yeah, Maokai is in that game, and I know he gets like, you know, kind of corrupted by it or whatever.
Ghana, and you still haven't learned to let go.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Welcome to my world.
Nocturne. We don't get too many voice lines with Nocturne. That's
it's
cool.
Me, the one you've been ruthlessly hunting your whole damn life.
Wow, we're
That's
getting a
one alive.
lot of voice lines here that
Bad
are really good. Left one
Have I
alive.
suffered enough yet? Or do you need me to be a corpse?
Wow.
I could free you, but those you've made suffer come first.
Ooh. That's a
I know
badass
the most
line.
ancient, holy ways to kick you in the darkness. When I hear
Silas.
chains, I reach for my gun. Wasn't wrong.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't own me, Thresh. I'm not afraid of you. Lucian may think
Good for
you're
her.
the enemy, but to me, Thresh, you're only in the way.
Oh. Oh, I want to hear Thresh's response to that.
At the center of your lantern, there's a soul, wretched and afraid. I think it's you.
Huh.
You want to get my soul? You go through the mist.
We got to get to Thresh's reaction at some point
Then
here, guys.
you can aim for my heart when you find your own.
Ooh, you guys let me know about that voice
I know
line.
where the Ruination began. It flows through us both.
Okay, York.
Cats deserve love, even if they don't need it. And they use a book to hit you in the face.
That's such a
Only
great
thing
way
bigger
to
than this
talk to
gun?
Yumi.
The mistake you made standing in its sights.
Ooh, okay.
If you've got a problem with me, make it 2. 1 for each barrel. Don't make this personal. I'm not nice.
Maybe that's what the humor
probably
is.
liked
Like, she's
that.
not that nice of a person,
Creepy.
but like she is, but she isn't.
Lucian, we'll be together again soon.
Not killing Lucian, no.
We've been through so much, Lucian. Please don't give up on me now. I know what it's like to die. This hurts worse.
Wow. Okay. That's
Him.
crazy to say it hurts worse. Because she has to continue living with his death, basically, right?
I won't stop until the nightmares have nightmares.
Ooh, that's a really cool one. Boo.
Will take more than one wraith to ruin my day.
That boo line would go good with the bewitching skin.
Darkness to darkness, light to light.
Oh, I thought we were getting a
For
poem.
the living, for the dead. Every death is a sacrifice. If you're only dead, count yourself lucky. I've seen too much of this, but I won't close my eyes.
Okay.
In death, we fight the same fight.
Oh, hold on. In death, we fight the same fight. My mind immediately went to Kindred, of
Am I
course,
supposed
but
to say something
I don't think that had
clever?
anything to do with Kindred.
Some of us have work to do.
She's very
Start
serious
again.
sometimes.
Must be getting good at it. Life
That's what my
won't let
teammates
me
say.
go. To be reborn. Am I still me? Every day I fought for my life. Why should today be any different?
Wow.
Death? Yeah, we're acquainted.
Okay, yeah, right? Like, that's gotta be, right? Like, yeah, that's gotta be a Kindred. Come on.
Everything that's happened, I just want it to matter.
Okay,
Come back to life.
that's fair.
Save the world, all with weapons locked. The Sentinels trained me right. The Mist knows my name. It howled it for years. But it was only asking for help.
Interesting.
Where I'm going, you don't want to go. Seriously, you don't.
Wow.
I'm not running from them anymore. They're running from me.
Hey, that's a cool line.
When there's no more light, I'll carry their darkness.
She's got some great voice
If I
lines.
can handle this gun, I can handle myself. Trust me, I can handle this gun.
Oh, damn. Okay, Senna.
Any volunteers to charge blindly into a storm of souls?
Long
Sentinel,
moves now. Okay.
Wife, a beacon unto damned darkness. When can I just be a person? When can I be me?
She's just done, right? I get it.
Too hard, too hurt, too changed. If you're not too much of something, then you're not enough you.
Wow.
When you're drowning,
okay.
you still remember how to breathe, but you can't. That's the mist.
Interesting. I've
I'm
never
a
heard
long
the
way
mist
from
described
the
that way.
island, but I swear there's still salt in my hair. Might just be dirt from the grave. It's enough to hear Lucian say my name. The
Okay.
more blood on your hands, the harder it is to let go. I used to tell myself I was
Because you just
fighting
want to
back,
get more and more? Interesting. I don't know.
but I was only running with a gun in my hand.
Dang. These
The
voice
grave is
lines.
silent. You're buried in all the things you
Riot?
never said.
I'm sorry. They went hard on some of these,
Part
man.
of me keeps wondering when I'll run into the lantern's walls.
Ooh.
I see
Thinking
myself.
she's still trapped in there. That's so crazy. Because she has the trauma of being trapped in the lantern still. Like, that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Riot is writing a lot of really good voice lines for
in
Senna.
them, in the eyes of the people I save, and the darkness reflected there.
Okay.
My walls aren't unbreakable. I'm not either.
Okay.
Love was
Yeah.
left when everything else was torn away.
She still had love. Nice.
No one said this would be easy. If they did, they're probably dead by now. Kill him twice, just to be sure.
Okay, attack any.
Death is always in range. I don't miss. It's not an option. That's enough. Got a whole lot of ugly in my sights. All this pain, it's not mine.
Ooh.
Line up a shot while the whole world screams. Keep your distance. The gun doesn't have a trigger. I do.
Ha.
Darkness and light.
That's cool.
Wanna kill me? Get in line.
That's another
Stone
great line.
channels soul. Don't go quietly. Not
Don't
my
go
funeral.
quietly.
Already happened. I prefer people at gun's length.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Let's establish some boundaries. I feel every shot. I can do the hard way. If you're here for them, you're here for me.
Okay.
I fire my words, like gunlight. Don't stand where the gun's pointing. Die again, I'll pass. I've got your curse. Light becomes hope.
Yes. Wow. These were fantastic voice lines. I know a lot of you actually recommended Senna to me a little while back. I finally am getting to her now, but you guys were basically like, yeah, Senna, great voice lines whenever you get to her. Because, you know, I always love to do the reactions when we have a ton of voice lines for these champions, because a lot of these older ones, they haven't had their voice lines updated, which does suck. I really hope we get some updates to those in the future, but these are fantastic. Senna is such a pivotal character to the Ruination story, so they obviously had to write some really good voice lines, and I'm all here for it. Like, these are really, really good. The interactions between her and Lucian were freaking insane. Like, it felt just very, like, they flowed very well. It felt like a real couple to me, and just, yeah, their interactions were great. Senna is honestly really a badass. She's very serious sometimes, but she does have a little bit of like a funny side to her. She's like being half serious sometimes when she's trying to be funny. So that's why, like, sometimes she's like one of those people you can't tell if she's joking or if she's being serious, because she's probably serious most of the time, but she can have like a jokey behavior to her. And obviously you see that with her and Lucian. That's when she really feels like her walls are down and she can be a little bit more like carefree and stuff. These voice lines were great. I don't know much more of what we're going to have in the other voice line video, because I feel like this covered everything except maybe like her ability voice lines and some other things like maybe her laugh and stuff like that. So we'll go check those out and then we'll do our full discussion on Senna. All right, let's check out the voice lines that we have. It's another skin spotlight video. So here we go.
He probably liked that. Creep.
That one wasn't in the other video, was it?
So this is the terror that waddles in the night? Trying to dig my grave? That's adorable. Furry fury. Say that 5 times fast.
Furry
First
fury.
rule
Furry fury. Okay, we're not going to do that. Taunt.
of being a sentinel. Second rule of being a sentinel.
Wait. Is this Fight Club?
Any questions? Am I supposed to say something clever? Some of us have work to do.
See, that's what I mean by, like, she's so serious sometimes.
Matter.
Okay, here's the laugh. There's usually like 2 to 3, yeah? Okay. Very normal laugh.
By the time I'm done here, dying will be the easy part. It's harder to hold a hand than hold a gun. It's always dark on the horizon if you only look up during storms. If life is my curse, living is the cure. That monster wants to hear me scream. He can keep waiting. Living my best life. My best second life. Hunted
Why is that so good, though?
by the forces of darkness? Okay, I can make this work. Small talk wasn't really part of my training. It's just nice not to be in catacombs. Light should teach us not to fear the dark. The gun's not heavy after all the fear I've been carrying. If
There you go.
something wasn't trying to kill me, it would have me worried. Lucian thought I was
Because she's so used to it. That's crazy.
lost. But I was only changed. Fear moves like a current. Death doesn't leave scars. The mist is not my enemy. I'm here to save them all, living and dead. The screams of the wraiths are so loud, you can't hear your own. The only way out of the mist is through it. Out of the lantern, hell came with me. I remember my nightmares. Wish I could remember to dream. I don't carry this
Wow, that's such a good line. Holy.
to compromise. Those trapped in darkness need light the most. Fall behind? Follow the screams. The past is a wave. Keeps returning. I forgive. No one else has to. My blood still flows, but I'll never be the same.
Yep.
I'll get us through this. Each stone, a sentinel. I remember my lessons and the people who taught them. The last blessing
That's just remembering like Urias, I feel like, in the old Sentinels.
of the Isles. Bound to the stones, bound to each other.
Okay. All right, she's just scatting.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh.
Lucian! Death is drawn to
Oh.
life. Be free. Out of the storm. You are mourned. Let go.
This is her
Rest
passive,
now.
okay.
Pain doesn't own you. It's not your fault. I can bear
Ooh,
it.
it's not your fault.
One last breath.
No. I don't like that. I don't like the whispering. Nah, I'm not into that.
Shadows catch the fire.
I don't like this.
My enemies.
I don't like this. This is scary.
No shadow without light. No death without life. I've got you.
All right. The whispering there at the end took me out, bro. That was kind of weird. I'm not used to that. Yeah, these were really, really nice. Again, we just got some more. Like, she has some great one-liners that Riot gave her. I think they did a really good job giving us like the idea of the trauma she went through her whole life, right? Of like being trapped in the box in Thresh's lantern, just like her being followed by the mist as a, since she's been young, traveling through or being a part of the Sentinels and then having all of the other Sentinels die and she wasn't able to save them. And then just like being back now and hearing all the wraiths in the mist and just like trying to help everyone when there's so many people to help, including the living and the dead. Like, I feel like they very much so gave her these voice lines that incorporate and make me feel that she's been through a lot of trauma. And like, I can tell it in the way she's delivering her voice lines and some of the things she's saying. I think they did an excellent job for Senna and giving her some just really, really good voice lines that make you feel for the character, make her, I think, believable to be the leader of the Sentinels of the Light now in the current time. And yeah, just like the way she wields her gun, like we feel very confident she can do that. Her relationship with Lucian, like everything, right? So I feel like her as a written character from Riot, I think they did a great job just incorporating this champion. And, she is basically, besides Viego himself, like pretty dang important in the Ruination event. And I think she does a solid job of like carrying, the team of the Sentinels of Light and everything like that. So great character to have during that event. I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments. Just when Senna was released, this was only like 3 years ago as of recording or so. And yeah, just like how hype it was when Senna was released. Was there like a lot of people like that just wanted to start playing support all of a sudden because of Senna? It seems like she had like a pretty epic launch to her champion. So I just want to get like a glimpse into your guys' minds of like, what was League like around the time of the Senna release? Were people hyped? Were people like whatever? Like, for example, I know a lot of people didn't really like Seraphine at first during her launch, but then, you know, people have come around to Seraphine now. But yeah, like basically how was the launch around this time Senna was released. In terms of where Senna could go in the future, obviously we have, you know, Ruination's over. What is Lucian and Senna doing right now? I guess still just dealing with like the rest of the stuff that's going on, trying to help any of the wraiths or the living on the Blessed Isles, or like what's going on there. That's going to be my guess. I don't exactly know what else they could be doing. Maybe just making recruiting more people to the Sentinels of Light, because, you know, we'll need them in the future, right? So that's probably my guess. You guys let me know if there's something I missed, maybe the lore wise where Senna and Lucian are currently. Maybe there's something in Lucian's lore that's not incorporated over here that I'm missing. Other than that, guys, this was a great reaction. Senna was such a fun one to do. Her voice lines are incredible. Her skins were pretty good. I really liked the Winter Blessed one quite a bit. Other than that, guys, let me know in the comments, you know, anything I may have missed. Let me know your thoughts on Senna. Please leave a thumbs up on the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well. We have a bunch of other League of Legends reactions you can check out while you're here. All right, guys, take care. Bye.